This Don Lemon church situation is out of control. Stephen Crowder, since when did protesting mean terrorizing families inside a place of worship? So all these people in Minnesota just attending a church service. And apparently Don Lemon and a bunch of protesters thought it would be a good idea to come in and disrupt a church service.
Renee, good! Renee, good!
Yikes. Again, in a church service, coming in here, and they're trying to berate people and speak down to them, and then try to say, what would God think about you being in here when ICE is treating people poorly out there? Like trying to be the priest to these people. Like, it's like insane. Like, this cannot happen. There's a separation of church and state. Church is protected in the United States of America. This kind of shit can't happen. Like, full stop. This is insane.
Renee, good!
Renee, good! Renee, good! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Like, you guys, I'm not the most religious guy out there, but I will definitely defend people's right for religion. This is pissing me off.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Like, there's kids in here too. That's what really gets to me. Like, these kids, like, what's going, like, this is scary. Like a cult of people coming in.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Like, psycho.
Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where?
These people are insane. This is mental asylum. Like, these are people that are escapees from the loony bin, but they were never institutionalized. Society has failed them.
Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities? I'm not going to comment. You have no comment. Exactly.
What are you going to do for your Somalian community? Fuck them. Tell them to go back to Somalia. What? This is, they import these people from out of country, a third world country, drop them next to your neighboring, and then they say, these are your neighbors. Why aren't you supporting them? Fuck, deport them back to where they were. I didn't bring them here. They're not my responsibility. What do you mean? Don't want to hear with that. Look at this kid crying right here, by the way. And the dad's consoling him. This is scary. Right here. This right here is what gets me. This right here.
Renee, good. Renee, good.
Freedom! We have a duty to win! We must love and support one another!
This is like hard to watch. These people are all insane.
All these comfortable white.
So we got the image of this guy. Not the brightest bulb out there, putting himself out there after he did this, but I hope there are legal ramifications for this. I really do.
People who are living lavish, comfortable lives.
And when I say legal, I mean like get him to the help he needs, because the system has failed him.
While children are dragged into concentration camps, you're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No. Jesus would dine with immigrants. You do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens. Hey, you are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your...
So this guy's asking really hard to be punched in the face. And he's like, oh, see what happens. Like, that's like a threat if he touches them. Meanwhile, he's berating people and screaming in their faces and walking around. I'm like, bro, like, what are we doing here?
Somali and Latino communities. Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame. Out now. Out now.
So they're trying to kick the people out of the church. Oh, he's definitely high. He's definitely on something. But that's still no excuse. Yeah. In fact, I'd argue most of the people in there are. Because, yes, people are just insane without being on something, but I'd imagine many of them are on something too.
Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos.
Well, the reason why they're not pushing these people out of the church is because these people are violent. And if you start to push back at them, there would be an all-out brawl. People would get hurt. There are kids there. They didn't want that in the house of God. These people are there, mind their own business, attending a service. That's not like a place to get violent. That's what I'm saying. Like, the government needs to get involved in this and treat every single one of these people just like the January 6th insurrectionists. Every single one of them. Yes.
Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants.
Now he's following them, berating them and harassing them.
Are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us?
Yet I'm getting sued for responding to someone's own tweets of what they said. I'm the one getting sued. Meanwhile, in Minnesota,
us in protest against this inhumanity. You claim to be a Christian, act like one.
So that guy's insane. Tim Pool. Holy shit. Don Lemon will face charges. This is Benny Johnson. Breaking. DOJ announces intention to charge Don Lemon under the Ku Klux Klan Act. Oh, the irony of this one. The KKK Act makes it illegal to threaten, hurt, or intimidate people to prevent them from exercising their God-given rights. And this is the quotes here. Let's just watch it.
We will pursue charges in this case. I see various crimes that have
I
occurred.
hope it's not just Don Lemon, though. I hope it's everyone there. They ID every single person.
Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. In other cases, the Biden DOJ used the Klan Act conspiracy charges tacked on to the FACE Act in the case of protests outside abortion clinics to bring much longer sentences. So there are a number of tools available to us. Who funded this? What else? What other crimes may have occurred? Was there a use of the wires or the mails in preparing for this event? Did anyone cross state lines to do this? All of those are potential predicates for additional federal charges.
Like, they need to start finding out who these people are and actually giving legal ramifications to them, and arresting them, putting them in the jail cell for the night and letting them out the next day is not changing anything.
Armin, I've just pulled up the Klan Act because this is the first time that I've heard this mentioned. This is a act that was passed in 1871, correction there, to combat the Ku Klux Klan and protect African Americans' voting rights, especially the Enforcement Act, which is known as the Force Act. So here's some of the information on screen. Would you mind breaking down for us, because we have just read the FACE Act and how this is an affinity to the FACE Act, an obvious and egregious demonstrable violation of the FACE Act, because they were entering a place of worship, harassing and threatening. We just played a video of a man, a bearded man, who was threatening to attack the Christians that were worshiping there. So it seems like an obvious FACE Act violation. But the Klan Act here, it is on screen. First time I've heard it mentioned. Can you unpack this for us, Harmeet?
Yeah, the Klan Act is one of the most important federal civil rights statutes, and it goes back to the time when President Lincoln emancipated the slaves, and yet the southern states, Dixiecrats mainly, were refusing to give them equal rights. And in fact, that
So what's happening right now? Don Lemon was leading the charge, or at least part of the charge, going into that church, and then trying to claim, I'm a journalist. I'm just doing journalist things. I'm documenting what's happening. I'm like, that you can't keep doing the whole I'm a journalist thing as a get out of jail free card. That doesn't supersede what these people were doing in the church.
you had sheriffs and you had law enforcement harassing the newly freed slaves. So the Klan Act is a law that makes it illegal to terrorize citizens, to violate their civil rights, to get together and conspire to violate the civil rights. It is often used against law enforcement, but is now used against others as well. So whenever anyone conspires to violate the protected civil rights of American citizens, the Klan Act can be used to bring a conspiracy charge. We, in the federal law enforcement parlance, call this 241 and 242 civil and criminal conspiracies. And so what the Biden administration did is, if 3 grandmas got together to pray outside an abortion
This is ironic. The Biden administration enacted it, so now it's being used.
clinic for the souls of the people inside, and including the unborn children, they would say, oh, that's not just a violation of the Klan Act, that's a conspiracy to violate the civil rights of women going in there to get abortions. And so we're going to add additional charges and punish that more and make it from a misdemeanor under the FACE Act to a felony under the Klan Act. And President Trump pardoned the pro-life protesters in those cases. I have recently defended successfully in the 11th Circuit a case called Oropesa, a case of Jane's Revenge, the pro-abortion protesters violently attacking crisis pregnancy centers in Florida. And we had the court uphold the Klan Act criminal enhancement to the FACE Act.
So they're going to try to use the Klan Act to hold all these people legally accountable for what they did. This is Eric Doherty says, just in, Don Lemon has reportedly been caught admitting his intent to violate the FACE Act, storming a Minneapolis church with anti-ICE leftists. They're planning an operation. We'll follow them. They'll catch people off guard. That's what they're doing. Man, this guy really is retarded.
Into Minneapolis a little bit ago and did some reconnaissance on the ground. I'm speaking to an organization there that's gearing up to for
an organization. Rioters. The words that they use, they don't work anymore.
Resistance and protest. I've been pleasantly surprised to see the community coming together.
Pleasantly surprised to see the community coming together. Meanwhile, the community came together at the church to pray and be together there. But apparently that community doesn't matter to Don Lemon. It's these rioters and crazy people. This is the community that matters to him.
Diverse community. If you see this, when we first pulled up, we're like, wait a minute, which operation are we at? And as it turns out, because we're like, well, this is kind of MAGA coded, right? So the American. What
the fuck is wrong with this guy? This is MAGA coded? What?
Flag or whatever, but these are resistance.
American flag or whatever? That's apparently an American flag is MAGA coded now.
Protesters, they're planning an operation that we're going to follow them on. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but it's called Operation Pull Up. And it's Takima Armstrong, and she has been doing this since George Floyd, Dante Wright, and others.
Imagine that being your life.
Where they surprise people, catch them off guard, and hold them to account. And so that's what we're doing here. And then after we do this operation, you'll see it live. And these operations are surprise operations. Again, can't tell you where they're going.
So he knew what was happening. Gunther Eagleman, here's a proof that Harmeet Dillon needs. Every American needs to see the truth about what happened. Don Lemon told the truth just moments before they laid siege to a church. They're getting this operation together. This is an operation in secret. Event organizer, this is an operation pull up. This is more a clandestine operation. Holy.
They're getting the operation together. Again, this is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live.
Like he knew going into this too. Metatron, press charges, full force of the law. This is that dude who is crazy. He's got the F Trump hat. This is him. 40 seconds of him. Here you go. And I guarantee you, he's going to be behind bars. But for how long is the concern? These people are fucking scary.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists.
You're white, you fucking idiot.
pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city? How can you be a fucking pastor and be a fucking ICE agent?
So now this guy's the moral arbiter of truth of what you're allowed to be.
Fuck them. They want to come after me? Fuck them. How can they live so comfortably while the fucking people from Somalia that are in this country legally, that have fucking citizenship?
They don't, you fucking idiot. That's the whole point of this. They don't have citizenship.
Can't even go to their mosque and pray. How do they deserve any fucking different?
Do they have people like you going to their mosques and interrupting them?
Fuck those fucking Nazis. Come and get me,
Oh,
Pam
there it
Bondi,
is.
you fucking traitorous bitch.
Oh man, they're gonna have fun with him. He's gonna be a very fun one. Stephen Crowder. Freedom of the press does not override freedom of religion. Don Lemon doesn't get to interrupt worship, harass a congregation, and call it journalism just because he brought a camera.
To interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So, but there were folks will say, I have.
Don Lemon's like, he is such a retard. Hey, I noticed he's trying to talk like he's a journalist. I noticed they disrupted this. How's that make you feel? Like, bro, you were a part of this shit. Don't act like you're like some sort of impartial. Oh, I was just doing journalism.
To take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to
please tell us about
freedom of
that.
speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
When someone on the left throws out, I'm a Christian, shouldn't Christians do X? Wouldn't Jesus do X? Wouldn't Jesus be a socialist? Or they say, hey, don't you care about the Constitution? You know that they're lying.
Mm-hmm.
These people simply use it as a cudgel. They don't care about it. We know that. These are the people who wanted to lock you up. These are the people who obviously wanted quarantine camps, wanted vaccine mandates. These are people who want to force you to bake gay wedding cakes. These are people who hate everything about your very belief system. And then they want to teach you how to follow said belief system.
They use it against you. 100%. Colin Rugg. After storming a church in Minnesota, Don Lemon says white Christians are, quote, entitled and engaged in, quote, white supremacy. Says he is being targeted because he is a gay black man. And there it is. So this guy goes in, storms a church, disrupts the service, destroys everything, scares kids, and then interviews the guy running it, and then says he's being targeted because he's the gay black man. You can't make this shit up. I swear.
And they're also targeting people of color and black people as well as brown people. So there is a certain degree of racism there, and there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think
so. Pulling the race card out immediately, as soon as he knows he's fucked, first thing he goes to is race card, play it, Grums, and there it is. If you don't like my shouting in your kid's face at church, you're a racist. Card played as expected, but it doesn't work anymore. We don't care. And we'll leave it at this one. Goth Daddy, the left are snakes and demons. Don Lemon belongs in prison.
This wee man. Look at this. Look, laughing, jokey, funny stuff, right? Ha, Don Lemon, you fucking retard. Ha ha ha. And then it all becomes real whenever you see this kid's face.
This is the same thing I was saying. This portion, the kid crying with the dad holding him, like with everyone around scaring him. That should never fucking happen when you're attending a service. Like, holy shit. Zero respect from these people.
You see this dad trying to console him. Right there, that's one of those instances where it's like, what radicalized you? This fucking photo did. It's this little man's world, right? It's his daily schedule, family outings on Sundays. His world is safe, and he knows how it works. And all of a sudden, you've got
crashing
these
down
narcissistic, suicidal douchebags who don't care. In fact, worse than don't care, according to Don Lemon, want to traumatize this kid.
Mm-hmm.
They want to scare him. They want to make all these innocent people feel uncomfortable. It's not that they don't care that they're affecting people in this way. They're fucking trying to. And this is absolutely fucking reprehensible. This image right here with this poor fucking kid, and the dad doing his best to make sure he's okay, making sure he feels safe. This should be enough to make people stand the fuck up and be like, do you know what? You're done.
Yep.
This moral posturing, pretending to be the good guys, the virtuous, you are all snakes and demons.
I almost feel like people are very calm and accepting generally in society, but everyone has their breaking point. And if people are going to keep doing this kind of shit, there's going to start being pushed back. And there needs to be serious governmental intervention before it gets to that point. And we'll see. But I'd like to think they treat this event as an example. They find every single one of those people and put each one of them in jail for a long time. Let them think about what they did. I mean, they did it to the people in January 6th. What's different than storming a church? What is? I mean, if January 6th was enough to do it to people, why wouldn't this? Makes you wonder. But yeah, I'll leave that there.